Hey guys, so it is, here we go. I turned my phone off instead of putting the screen lighter. So hi everyone and welcome to the 11th episode of The Couch. Thank you everyone for joining on, all the amazing comments and feedback and everything that I've been getting. I'm so grateful for it. It's really fueled me, especially becoming a new mum and getting to speak to all these amazing people that I get to speak to, but often others don't get to hear their stories. So thank you everyone for being a part of it and everything that you've shared with me. Hey everyone, hey. So for those of you who maybe this is the first The Couch that you're jumping on, it's a super casual interview that I have with some super inspirational friends of mine who really succeeded either in lifestyle, health, wealth, all sorts of different reasons. So mindset, all these kinds of things, and really amplified their life in different ways. So tonight is no different. I've got someone I'm super excited about. For those who don't know who I am or my story, my name's Deanna and I am coming to you live from my couch. And, you know, for me, network marketing all happened very accidentally for me. I was so frustrated. I was training hard, I was eating clean, I was doing everything right, and nothing was allowing me to lose those last few kilos before my wedding that was coming up. So a friend introduced me to the program, nutritional cleansing and Isagenix in particular, nearly 5 years ago now, and it completely changed my health in every which way. I was waking up earlier, I was bouncing out of bed. It was fundamentally different to anything that I'd ever done. So I knew it was different, and at the time I was a frustrated traveler, let's call it. I was a graphic designer and I absolutely loved what I did. But what I didn't love was only having 4 weeks off a year, having a capped income, and not having the freedom to work geographically unbound. And I guess also at the time, I knew, I could see a lot of people around me who had to choose between becoming a mum or having a career. And I didn't want to have that choice when the time came for me. So now Ivy's 16 weeks now. And she's with Josh. I can hear her in the other room. But it's allowed us absolute flexibility to be able to work from home and really live our days with that time freedom to be able to just be there and be that full-time family, which, Josh came from a background of he had his own business. He was very successful, but he didn't have that time freedom and could see himself going down that same path that, he grew up with, where it was often his mum and his sisters and his dad wasn't around all the time because he was working so hard, and Josh could see himself facing that same way. So we get to both be home now. We've we earn more than what we were doing before, and Josh was supportive but actively disinterested when I started, but he saw I was very real professional and incredible. So I'm really excited tonight to bring on a friend of mine who is super inspirational. She's a mum of 2 boys and a beautiful wife to Ben, and she's made some big waves. She does have a background in advertising and marketing, pre-Isagenix, and just really inspirational in what she's done. She was facing bankruptcy, and she'll share her story. She filled in the paperwork but never actually sent it in when this landed in her lap, and has completely changed her family's financial blueprint forevermore. So I'm going to find the beautiful Lauren. Let's see if I can bring you on camera, Loz. Hey guys, jumping on. Loz, maybe, oh, here we go. You've requested. No, you haven't. What's this? Right, okay. Loz, I've just invited you to the call. Oh dear. All right, Loz, hopefully you can jump on. Hey everyone. Just close my Facebook in the background in case that's interfering. Loz, I don't have the option to add you in here. Oh, you are here. I can see you. Why won't it let me bring you on? Can you request to be a part of it? I can see you on, but... Let me have a look. Sorry guys, I'll get her on in just a moment. It's like I can bring everyone else on, but... Bring her. Here she is. I'm super excited to welcome my friend who is just in the North Shore of Sydney, Lauren Petrovic. It says it's adding, connecting, and here she is.
Hello.
Hey, Loz, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. It's always a stressful...
Look at you, so beautiful. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get into this. We almost did it before, but no one else was on, so we had to cut that short. Now, where's your champagne?
Oh, no champagne, just water. I do have my cup of tea too.
For now.
I've had enough champagne.
I love it. No, that's good. It was funny because Loz and I were joking earlier in the week. I was trying to find a really great photo for her for the little promo that I'd done, and like she was celebrating life so much that so many of them had champagnes in them. So thank you so much for being on, Loz, tonight. I did introduce you. I'm not sure. I think you caught it because I did see you jumped on pretty early. Thank you for being a part of it. And I'm just going to dive straight into it because you've got a really inspirational story with turns and twists, and you've changed everything for your family. So take me back to what life was like for you before Isagenix, just from a health and lifestyle perspective.
Okay, so it's coming on 5 years now. I can't even believe that. But 5 years ago, I was a mum of two little boys, 5 and 3 at the time. And I was extremely stressed out. My husband and I had lost everything through his business. So we were drowning in debt, like you said in the intro. But from that, I was, because I was so stressed, I was using alcohol, like red wine in the morning while I was cooking my kids' dinner. I'd take have a red wine to de-stress, decompose in the evening. Loud noises. I was under so much stress, just everything was too much for me. And then I was eating the wrong foods. I could, smash a whole Cadbury's block of chocolate, no problem, family size, it's gone. But I wasn't sleeping well. I was waking up in the morning, but waking up so exhausted. Like I couldn't even roll out of bed. I had 3 or 4 alarms, and I'd be snooze. I just had no oomph to get me out of bed. But obviously with 2 kids, you've got to. So get out of bed, and then I percolate a huge coffee. Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. And so, perking up with coffee, de-stressing with wine. I was having a nana nap in the afternoon. My kids were rolling around the lounge room. I was sleeping on the couch, like dozing off. But, I just wasn't the mum that I wanted to be. I was, I was failing in every which way, really. So that's what life was like before I found Isagenix. Do you want me to... That's
crazy. You sound like basically every mum in every mother's Facebook group that I'm in. Yep. And my sleep deprivation's been through the roof, and I didn't even know what I would have done without the program. So I could imagine at that time that you wouldn't have been able to see a way out, with 2 boys, especially 5 and 3, so little, that would have been exhausting. So, all right. So you knew like you were stressed out both financially and health wise. Yep. Things weren't working out. Mm-hmm. How did Isagenix fall in your lap? What led to you ordering your own box?
Okay, so one morning I woke up and it was coming into, I live on the northern beaches in Sydney, and so I'm around the beach all the time. I've grown up here, love the beach. But I literally woke up, looked in the mirror, and I thought, who the hell is that person, and how did I even get here? I was so embarrassed. I had lost all of my confidence, and I did not want to go to the beach. I was refusing. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm sorry, but no one is going to see me this fat and this muffin top, and there's just no way. So I was really looking for a way, and I saw a girlfriend. I completely came in for the health aspect, that's for sure. I saw a girlfriend the beginning of her 30-day system, and then I didn't see her in the middle, and I saw her at the end, and she looked like the most incredible, like vivacious, happy. She dropped must have been 3 dress sizes, I reckon. She just looked phenomenal. I'm like, what the hell is that? I had no idea it was Isagenix, right? I was like, what is that? And so I was just hunting it down, and found that it was Isagenix, and I just really needed it. I needed something in that point of time to give me a kickstart, give me a reboot, something with structure so that I could follow it. And I was really ready to make a change. Like, I was so ready. So that's how I found Isagenix.
That's crazy because, you know, everyone at some point, you hear about it, but then it's like something has to change because whatever you're doing isn't working. So you were like, give it to me. After that 30 days, you'd seen her results. Imagine if she didn't share her results. Where would you be now?
Yeah, I know. So grateful. I actually sneakily hunted it down. I watched her on Facebook as well, and I found what she was doing. I kind of did a little bit of detective work and hunted it down that way. So, but yeah, I'm super grateful for her going first and to do it. Yeah, I do not know where my life would be right now if I hadn't stumbled across this incredible bloody system and life. So grateful.
Yeah, so amazing. So, yeah, and this is what I say to my people, you know, they don't want to share it. It's like kind of selfish if you don't, but cool if you don't want to, because it can just change so much for someone who needs it and doesn't know what solution to go to when they're looking for it. So that's awesome that she did that. And now, gosh, you've come so far. All right. So you started nearly 5 years ago. You're coming up. We worked it out. It was 12 days away.
Yeah.
You lost 7 kilos. That in itself is amazing for a mum who's napping in the afternoon and sort of, you know, had no energy and every other health aspect that goes with that. But where did the transition happen when you realized it was so much more than, you know, a way to lose weight and feel better on the beach and that kind of thing?
Well, it happened. There was a couple of moments for the business side. I did know that my coach was making some money, you know, doing this. It was not something that interested me at all. But I knew in the back of my mind she was doing that. And I think at the time she would have been making about $1,000 a week. And, you know, that was great, but it wasn't for me. But when I started, my mum wanted to start. And then my coach said to me, hey, if you have one more person, you can get $370 back. And you know, obviously drowning in debt at that time, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. What can we do here? And so I started with 2 family members, and I received the next week into my bank account $370 or whatever it was, because they split it over the couple of weeks. But money came in, and I thought, do you know what? This is a legitimate company. So that was my first kind of light bulb. And I'm like, oh, they actually do pay you, because I've heard about these things. I heard you get paid, but never seen any money, you know. So that was my first kind of thing. And then after I'd released the 7 kilos, I was blown away with that, by the way, because I only thought I had 2.5 kilos to lose, because I was 70 before both of my kids, and I was 72.5 when I started. But I released 7 kilos. I wasn't exercising. It blew my mind, and I was like skipping down the street. Week 3, didn't need the coffee, didn't need the wine, and yeah, it was completely blowing me away. So I couldn't stop sharing that. And I had a lot of people asking me. I did actually put on Facebook, you know, how good I was feeling. I am an oversharer anyway by nature. So week 1, I'm like 2.9 kilos down, woohoo, feeling so good. And I had a heap of people ask me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's so damn good. And I spoke to my coach, and she said, hey, why don't you have a launch party? And I'm like, oh, not really my cup of tea, but I felt so good, and I didn't want to have to talk to all these people. And I thought, why not get everyone in a room at once and, you know, and let her do the work kind of thing. And she can explain it. And, you know, that day I was invited back to work from my old boss. And so I had 2 kids. I dropped them to kindy, put them in childcare, drove into town, spent 8 hours on a headset. I was super grateful for the job. But I paid for parking, which was $50 for the day. I paid for kindy, which was, I don't know, $85 for the day. So I ended up with like $20 for the whole day, 8 hours of work, of monotonous work that I didn't, you know, particularly enjoy. excuse me too, I've got a bit of a running nose. Got a bit of a flu. But that evening I got home, so I made $20, like 8 hours. That evening I got home and I had, you know, my closest girlfriends in my lounge room. I was so excited. It was fun. It was 45 minutes and I made over $1,000 just helping people, you know, get healthy and get skinny and feel good. And so for me, that was my major light bulb. I thought, oh my God, if I can do that in 45 minutes, that, and, you know, something that made me feel good. It was fun. It wasn't monotonous. It wasn't like 8 hours on a head. Yeah. So that was my light bulb. And I thought, you know what, this is awesome. I'm going to have to look at this. Definitely look at this.
That's crazy because I know the feeling is like, I don't want to share it. I don't want to tell anyone. I was super weird my first week and I was like really quiet about it. But here's the thing, like people want, you know, I did start 6 weeks before my wedding and everyone was like, what are you doing? And people were looking for a solution just like I was. So I was like, I tell everyone if I go to a great restaurant, I tell everyone if I go to a great nail salon or whatever. I was like, need this in your body. So I felt like that anyway. But I love how you said, oh, I got a few $100 back initially because, you know, you had your mom start, your dad start, a few others. And I was the same. I got this email saying that there was like $400 or something in my account. I'm like, oh, so it's real money. It's not like credit or something.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I got to understand how this actually happens. So it's interesting, you know, you had your great results and then you saw it was real money just by sharing it with a few people. And then obviously it went to another level for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, you've had some, or maybe I might skip I might skip to the next question and go back to the next.
Can I say one thing? What really happened for me, like in that moment when I did the launch party and whatever, when I was feeling so good, like you said, like so damn good, in my mind, I thought, oh my God, this stuff is so amazing. Like everyone's going to hear about it. I want to get to all of my people first because they're going to do it. Like regardless, they're going to do it with someone. So I was like on a mission to reach out to everyone I knew because I really believe in these products and how amazing they are and how they can completely transform lives. And so that was it. That was like my urgency. Yeah. I was like, let's go. I've just got to tell everyone about this. And that's what really catapulted me into success.
It's still like Christmas when that box turns up 5 years later on your doorstep, right?
It so is. Yeah.
It really is. It's so health changing in itself. And then the lifestyle that comes with it is amazing. Look, you're doing really well now. I did write in there that you've become a millionaire with the company, which is amazing. What does an average day look like for you? Would it be okay to share a little bit about what you're earning now as well?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because it blows my mind still. Something I never thought I was capable of, to be honest, and to be able to do, to receive this income on a residual basis from home around my kids, you know, it's really does blow my mind. So I earn, you know, in network marketing, it fluctuates. It's not the same every single week, but I earn anywhere from, you know, 6,500 to 10,000 a week. You know, usually around the 8, but it can fluctuate. So that is, blows my mind because that's more than, like I used to earn $500 a week and $500 a week. So, and it's, my day now looks like I'll get up in the morning about 7:30, get the kids ready, take them to school. Then I might go and do, you know, walk on the beach, some yoga or, you know, some type of training if I'm feeling up to it, a bit of mindset. And then I start my day, my Isagenix day, where I'm contacting people, doing calls, you know, training with the team, just helping people, you know, helping people in their 30 days, you know, still helping people. And I love that part of it because it's so rewarding to watch people's journey. And then I pick the kids up from school, which I love. And then family time and then stuff like this in the evening. Not every night, but sometimes.
Yeah. Awesome. And thank you so much for doing this again because, you know, it's time away from your family, but you can tell, like, it's just like, I love it. You've really created a new normal in your household. And I know that you said it still blows my mind, but that whole, it's about 8K a week. It's still it's just the new normal and the way that a lot of people in this profession will speak now because, it is what's possible, and it's completely normal what's possible. And 8K a week you can live on. It's a big difference to what you were doing beforehand. And it's amazing how families have that opportunity, where so many people in today's world are looking for a secondary income. They're selling stuff. They've got things on Marketplace. They've got a little store on Etsy. They've got a part-time job, whatever it is, to just try and get ahead. So, yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing what you've been able to create. And it's just so cool that anybody can as well. Look, so, you probably get, especially people who meet you now, they don't know your backstory, and you've had a lot of challenges come your way over the last few years while building this. Yeah. It's self-growth, it's learning, all that kind of thing. And often challenges, hurdles, things that come up in life can very much take people out of the game. Would it be all right if you shared a little bit about what you've actually enjoyed while creating this cumulative millionaire status that you've done?
Sure. And I might even go back right from the beginning, and Ben's listening. He won't mind me telling you this, but I know what takes a lot of people out of the game is an unsupported for the first year. For the first very unsupportive. So, but I managed to, to push through that, and now he's my biggest supporter. Love my life, the best ever. But it was really challenging, And I know that I have a lot of people who come on board, and if their partner is not supportive, it can be really difficult, and it takes a lot of people out. But for me, got through that. And then I my dad passed away 2016. He passed away. So that was huge, because he was my why. And that was what was driving me at the very beginning, as well as that huge debt that we had as a family. But he was dying of cancer. And so one of my cool things that I got to do from this profession, first of all, he got to be proud of me for doing something, great with my life. But also I got to take the whole family to Fiji, which was his special place, to have those special moments before he actually passed. So for me, that's like the most amazing thing. And also to be with him while he was in hospital for 6 weeks. He couldn't get out of bed until he passed, and to have the flexibility, not to have to ring a boss and say, hey, can I have some time off, or I'm not feeling good, or, I need to be with my dad, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? I didn't have those bounds on me. I had options. I could do whatever I wanted. And that is like, you don't really, I appreciated residual income, but I appreciate it so much more because I've been through, I set myself up and then had these, life situations that everybody is going to go through. We're all going to lose someone. We're all going to get sick at some point, or we're not all, you know what I mean? Like, it's just going to happen. It's part of life. But to be in that position where you didn't have to worry about the bills or, your boss or anything like that, it was just so like a deep breath out, basically. And then, so that happened 2016. And then 6 months later, I think after that, or a year later, 6 months later, I actually was told I had appendix cancer. Went in for something else, and then, was in hospital for quite a while. So that really threw me back as well. But again, just showed me, I was in hospital. I didn't have to worry about, the bills being paid or anything like that. It was just such a relief to have that residual income coming in week after week after week, while I could just sort myself out. And I'm totally fine now. It's all good. I had, I was very lucky to get it at the stage that it was at. So that's all good. But it did make me really think about my life too. And it made me even more passionate about this industry, because it's a legacy, especially our company is a legacy company. So if I was to pass, that income would be given to my kids week after week after week till, who knows when, for a long, long time. So it really is a legacy company, and it just makes me so proud to be aligned with this company. But so I've had a few challenges thrown in there, but I was allowed the room to breathe, to grieve, and to get over my, to get well again, and then jump back in. So pretty blessed.
That's so amazing. I remember watching your journey, because you were quite open about what was going on Facebook. And I remember seeing photos of you with your dad and spending time, and to be able to take, do that Fiji trip as a family is just the most incredible thing to be able to gift them. Yeah. Wow. And that's really what residual income and network marketing is about. It's like we can go, well, okay, you earn 8K a week, cool, and fluctuate. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but it's not the money. It's the money that gives you the freedom and choice to be able to be there in the times that are needed. And that's really what it's about. It's about choice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. I still get goosebumps just thinking, like hearing that story and thinking about, I remember you sharing it on stage. I'm just like, wow.
I know, it's emotional. It's emotional. But it is, it's so true. It isn't the money, it's the options, the choices, the freedom that you have to be able to do those things with your family that ordinarily, like, I don't know how I would have got through, you know, being stressed out at work, having to go to work, having to think about, you know, and not being able to grieve, like having to turn up at work in your suit, which I used to, you know, and so distraught. I just, you know, I could stay under my covers for, you know, however long I needed to get over it. So yeah, it's pretty special, really special industry, that's for sure.
I didn't know until this week that you were actually in marketing and advertising and that beforehand. And I come from a marketing background as well, so corporate, in retail more so. So, and I know what it's like to, you know, be geographically bound to have to go into work and that kind of thing. And I don't know how many trips you won with your company, but I didn't go anywhere with mine.
Not one.
And we've been, no. And we've been on a few trips together. I think the first one might have been Queenstown.
Yep.
I was flicking through, I saw those photos recently in the bar. I didn't bungee jump. I was in one of those few that did it. Not on my.
I did
the zip line though. I did the zip line.
Yeah.
So you've just come back from another trip. You just come back from Hawaii.
Yes.
And I love that like going through your Facebook, you absolutely celebrate the shit out of life, which is amazing. What's next in the world of Lauren? Like, you're doing well, you're going on great trips. What's next?
What is next? Well, next is creating, you know, is getting people to my level so we can travel the world together, you know, and have those options. So it's really not about me anymore, because the oxygen masks has come on, you know, and now the family is fine. And I don't even know if I said back then in the original story, but I've completely, you know, we paid back the debt that we owed. We've bought a home in Mona Vale, which is a suburb I never thought we could afford in. And so the kids have got stability. We're good now. So now it's more about my team, my people, and, you know, creating, you know, co-creating leaders and, you know, helping other people. Because I know how it feels to be praying at nighttime for a solution. And I know that feeling and that stress. And I know there's a heap of people under that stress, and whether that be physically or financially. And I know, like, you cannot sit here with a gift and know what it's done for me and not be able to pass that on and, you know, offer that gift to people who want it. So really, yeah, it's about other people right now. But I
love that.
Yeah.
That's the big thing that drives us. Go.
But I do have my own goals. I want to be making $1 million a year. That's coming. But yeah, it's definitely because you can. Exactly. Got to get the private jet.
Why not?
A girl can
just
dream.
normal conversations, I know. Yeah, but here's the cool thing, like, you're not just saying it, like, you know, it's totally possible. Yeah. Like, we can. Anyone can. Yeah. It's cool. All right. So I've got one last very important question, because you've done such amazing things. And, you know, a lot of people have heard this story now, and it's like, wow, you know, where do I kind of start? I'd love to know more. I'd love to start working myself. I'd love to be able to do that. So what's one book that you would recommend for anyone wanting to start to open their mind to something, something about what else is possible, something that's been a bit of a game changer for you?
Got two, but the first one definitely is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it's a classic. It's been around for, you know, forever. And I believe all the self-help books, all that mindset stuff, it all comes from that book. So it is like the original. But if you're not a reader, I'm not the greatest reader, so I always get the audio. So get the audio book and just listen to it over and over and over. It's quite a hard book to read. It's not a book that you're going to read, like, you know, cover to cover straight away. You kind of got to read like one chapter and kind of just really dive into it and then get to the next one. But in Hawaii, I met this amazing man. I'd not heard of him before. His name was Darren Hardy, and I just really loved this book. It's very simple and effective. It's called The Compound Effect. That's back to front. Jumpstart your income, your life, your success. And it's all about being consistent and small little actions that you can take every day to create enormous success. And it really is about that. It's like these tiny little decisions that you make every day, the compound effect of that. It's not like you wake up one day and you're like, you know, woohoo, so successful. It's those small actions. It's like picking up the phone when you don't feel like it, or doing a launch party. You know, you don't have to love all that, but just doing the small actions every day to take you to where you want to go. So I think this is a really great one for anyone looking at network marketing industry as well.
That's awesome. Thanks for that second one, because Think and Grow Rich is something we hear often, but the compound effect sounds great. I haven't actually read that, and you're so right. It's the consistency and the little stuff every day that actually ends up creating something that's pretty special. So yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on our couch, on my couch tonight.
Pleasure.
Hear my daughter scream.
Yeah, I know.
Daddy's boobs don't work.
Listening to your baby cry.
Oh, could you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Not for me, but for you, I mean.
All right. I know. I'm going to go feed her. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. I'm really thankful, because I know that you've got a lot on your plate. You've got a big team, and yeah, you really sacrificed your time. So thank you so much, Loz. Have an amazing week. Thanks for everyone jumping on.
Thanks, babe.
And yeah, I'll see you guys again next week.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, Loz.
Bye.